I bet you that's what you do when no one's around. You know, pew, 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 pew. What up, Calvin?
Rocking them John Pauls.
What up, Calvin?
What's up, Mr. Weller?
It's Sunday, January 13th.
Hey, buddy, what are you doing there, buddy?
I'm not doing nothing over here.
Hey there, kiddo.
He said, I come Zimba Zimba Zio, I come Zimba Zimba Z, I come Zimba Zimba Zio, I come Zimba Zimba Z. See 'em there, Fairside Falcons. See 'em there, Fairside Chiefs, 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 Chiefs. I come. What do you got, homeboy?
You know that switches to the next song is doe, a deer, a female deer, rain, a drop of golden sun.
Click, click, click.
You remember?
Not really.
How about honk, honk, rattle, 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 crash, beep, beep.
Honk, honk, rattle, 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 crash, beep, beep. Honk, honk. Oh,
I'm a little Paladin. Nobody knows what shape I'm in. I got four wheels and a running motor.
You know how you do it opposite,
Yeah.
you know?
She'll start this side of the class.
Woo. And I was
Yes.
into it too. I was like, my turn, my turn, my turn.
Yeah,
my turn.
it's coming up. Okay.
I come Zimba, Zimba, Zia.
Dude, that's good. That's good time school work right there, dude.
That was fun. That was fun. If you still remember it, it fucking obviously affected your life, huh? In a good way.
Dude, you gotta think, what was that? Like, that was back in fucking 81?
Woo.
That was 81, dude.
That was fucking, was that before or after the wheel was invented?
37 years ago, bro. Oh, man, my mic's in bad shape, bro. I ain't looked at this joker.
You're
Must have
gravy.
been through some battles, dude.
You're gravy.
Hey, we got a bunch of subscribers this week, man.
Pop them out there. Shout them out.
Up to 116.
Woo.
Hey, and by the way, we're going to be up to probably 5,000 views after this episode.
Yeah.
We're fucking creeping, bro.
Yeah, we're doing it. Doing it kind of big.
Still yet to turn $1, but we're fucking making it happen.
Look at that. You got the new shirt on, too. Look at that.
That's the new fella shit right there. You see it?
Woo.
Oh, it's hard to see.
I like that.
There's the 92 in
That's
there.
hot.
Yeah, that's for the fucking copyright shit.
That's for
Apparently
the
there's some-
LLC.
There's some other people out there called fellas and the fellas, but
Yeah, they're all fakers.
dude, they're fucking way younger than us, so step in line, bitches.
Yep, exactly.
We got proof of the fellas going back to at least 90.
Yeah.
89, 90, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Straight up. I mean, it's in the yearbooks and all that kind of shit.
It's
so.
in the archives, dude.
Yeah.
It's in the History Channel.
And you know, the fellas came up because it'd be like, my mom and dad would be like, what you got? What are you doing? Where are you going? I'd be like, oh, mom, I'm just going to go kick it with the fellas.
I wonder where that originated from, though.
I don't
Do you
know.
remember?
That's what I remember saying. It's the fellas. We
For
just,
some reason, I think it was Nichols, dude.
yeah, he
Because remember
probably
on the
is.
thing, he actually wrote down everybody's name and like their,
He drew a picture of us.
but he had like their president, vice president,
Yeah.
sergeant at arms, co-founder, follower.
Yeah.
He had followers. Liebig.
Rennie Frame.
Ready for What do you got? You want to give your shots
Kung Fu
out?
Master. Yeah, let's say what's up this week to Hugo Ron Jeremy Hernandez.
Is it Hugo Luna?
Hugo Luna, yeah, also AKA, dude. That's an AKA.
He changed it for political reasons.
Yeah, dude, he got extradited to Oregon, dude. This guy doesn't even live in California no more. They kicked him out.
Yeah. Like R. Kelly.
Yeah, we'll touch on that. Oh, we'll talk. We won't touch. We'll talk about that later. What's up to Rebecca Hobbs, Amber Hernandez, Jeremiah Rue. You remember Jeremiah Rue, dude?
When you said that, it sounds familiar.
Yeah, old school. Yeah, he's up in Oregon too. He got extradited up there.
Extradited.
Casey Dozier, what's up, Casey? We got a handle here is Trini Daddy 1976. Want a special shout out. This was a long time request, lifetime request to Lorena Ordez and to her sister Leticia Ordez. And then we got a special shout out to this photographer, Tech Hano at Instagram. It's TEKHANO at Instagram. If you need some photos taken and stuff, what's up? That's the what's ups.
Yeah, you just made some people's day right there.
Yeah, man. Fucking getting live.
You're making people famous.
Getting live, dude. It's good, man. So what we got, dude?
How was your week?
Dude, you know, the rain don't really affect me, but it was fucking rainy this week. I heard it's going to be all rainy again next week, dude.
All week next week, so it's supposed to rain, so...
I don't know. It's, one of my cars is fucked up. I'll deal with that shit later.
So what do we got today? What are we going to talk about? What are we going to fucking discuss? What problems are we going to figure out for the world today?
Well, dude, here's one. Like labor versus do-it-yourself, right?
Okay.
So, like, for instance, my old lady's sunroof in her car, I never even knew sunroofs have drip lines. So the water accumulates up there and then it drips down and goes away. But
okay.
Somewhere in her car, it's fucking draining into the car instead of going out to the ground. So now I'm at the point in my life where I don't know if I want to go fucking take this car apart and try to fix it, or fucking pay the man, or just go trade it in. Yeah. I don't know, man, but that's it. A lot of do-it-yourself shit. Like, I think we're getting to the age now where, like, I might hire a gardener or somebody cut the lawn.
You change your own oil?
I haven't changed my oil in years, dude.
No, I know. Especially with the new fucking vehicles, the way they are.
Yep.
Like, even when I went to... The first time I took my truck to the Jiffy Lube, the guy was like... They had a hard time trying to figure out where to fucking pull the oil from. They had to go back and fucking look at the book and trying to look like, fuck... Because the new vehicles are different, dude.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't even try it. I'm like... By the time you fucking have to fucking... throw that oil away, fucking buy new oil, all your time. Like, what's your time worth to you? I think that's what you're getting to, right?
Yep.
Because, like, for me, everybody at work will say, well, I just did it myself. It only took me like 3 days. I'm like, okay, you're worth at least $20-$30 an hour on your free time. So you still have to account for that money. Like, you know, that's your time. Your time is valuable. Yeah. Because we have little time. So, dude, what do you want to do? You want to go out to eat?
You never get time back either.
Or have somebody fucking change your fucking oil. No. You know, I don't think people weigh the cost of fucking losing their time to do shit. Like, I don't like doing shit, dude. I'm fucking lazy. Other than work, I'm fucking lazy, dude.
Like, I don't have a pool man. I'm my pool man, you know.
You're the pool man?
I'm the pool man, dude. I've changed every piece of pool. We got all brand new pool equipment. The house is like 25 years old, dude, so the pool's fucking 25 years old. So instead of paying somebody to do it, I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it. I know plumbing. I know electrical, you know. That's all it is. Pool work is just...
Did you ever fuck it up?
So what happened with... So I got what's it called? A spa heater, pool spa heater deal.
Mm-hmm.
It comes out factory set at 240, right? That's what the wiring and all that shit is, 240. So that if you plug it into a 110, it doesn't fuck it up, right? Well, my shit out there is 110. So it took me like fucking no shit, probably 2 hours to figure out that there's a little switch there that goes from 240 to 110. But it wasn't starting. I couldn't get it to go, get it to fire, all that shit.
Yeah, I'm not a real big do-it-yourselfer, dude. Be honest with you.
With YouTube, though, look at with YouTube, man. You could fucking figure all kinds
of
shit.
Oh, fuck, you can have... I could fucking do heart surgery now for fucking YouTube.
Pretty much, dude. That's what I'm saying.
I think I can do heart surgery. I think I could do fucking a lot of things on YouTube, but I just choose not to.
That's like, you know, sincerely, it's going to probably take me an hour or so to fucking take all the panels and shit off in that car,
on a Sunday, on your day off?
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck that.
You think I should just trade it in, go get a new car?
I think you should trade it in and get a new fucking car, dude.
That's what Esparza was telling me. He's like, dude, once you get water in there, right, with all new shit, all the electronics and shit, once you got water in there.
How old's the car?
It's a 2011.
Oh, yeah, it's time. It's time.
Yeah, I know.
If it was me, I'd probably just deal with it. Just fucking let it leak.
Dude, but it starts smelling like all moldy and watery and
Whose
shit.
Whose car is it?
My mama's. It's my old lady's.
So do you have to drive it?
No.
Then what are you worried about?
What I'm worried about is that, so it's been like this for like a couple of weeks. I figure, she left the window open or something, got water in there. We'll let it dry out in the garage and shit. That wasn't the problem, dude. So she's been rolling my two-door, that coupe.
Mm-hmm.
And, dude, she's hard on vehicles, dude. I mean...
Sarah's had her, you know, the visor in front of you. That fucking thing's been broken for probably a month, and it fucking dangles in front of the front windshield, so she has to hold it while she's driving. And she always asks me, "Can you please fucking either take it off or fix it?" Yeah, I'll get to it. It's been over a month, and that fucker's still fucking...
You know it's a fucking screw. That's all it is, Weller.
I'm just saying that's how fucking bad I am, dude.
What are you doing, man?
Nothing. I'm doing nothing. You know, like fuck, it'll work its way off, or she'll figure out I need just to fix it myself.
Just fucking bullet off.
She always fixes shit. She'll be like, hey, this is fucking broken. The ceiling fan's broken or something. I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it. Fucking a week later, it's fixed. I'm like, who the fuck fixed that? She's like, I did. I got tired of waiting for your fucking lazy ass. I'm like, I'm sorry. When's dinner?
Dude.
Be a man, Weller. Fuck, dude. Be a fucking man.
What was it? There's some fucking shit they got going on masculinity now.
What's that?
About men being men, like it's fucking still over.
Yeah, but doesn't women want to be equal? I'm gonna let her be equal.
Yeah. You're just fucking helping the women's suffrage cause.
I support the women's movement. Well, fix the ceiling fan.
Yeah.
The fucking visor flapping and holding it the whole time you're driving.
Like I was telling you, we have a cleaning lady and her little crew that comes every 2 weeks to deep clean shit, right?
Are they legal?
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, you don't know. They're probably illegal, you fucker.
Dude, that's all my wife's shit. That ain't on me. Because the way we do it is she takes care of everything inside the house. I take care of everything outside
I want to
house.
see papers.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know. She did roll up with a Trump shirt on, though. So,
Did she?
Yeah.
Well, they all do. Just so no one will fucking suspect them.
Yeah, they're happy, dude.
They just don't want anybody to suspect them.
Yeah, so I don't know. If you're a do-it-yourselfer or you'd rather pay somebody. Because the way I see it, okay, like say I got to pay somebody to come do the pool, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What is it, $80 a month for a pool guy?
I'm not sure. I don't know pool.
I don't know either, but how about lawns? Like to do the lawns, it's probably
$80 a month. I think something like that.
Something like $80 a month, dude. So they come every 2 weeks. So it's
The
basically
lawn's not bad. That's pretty simple.
yeah. But when I do it, I mean, I do everything. You know, the bushes, the trees, the fucking
We have association,
sprinklers.
so association fees. They do the front.
Oh, that's cool.
It's all kept up. There ain't much to it, and the back's a fucking mess. It's only fucking about 5 feet wide and a fucking mess, dude. Oh man, I don't even like looking out there.
Yeah, throw your brother on that one and say, do what you want back here. You have a fucking artillery range, dude.
Oh no shit, dude. Fucking throwing knives and shit.
But that's what I look at. I say like, okay, so I'm paying this guy $80 a month. It takes me probably an hour every weekend to fucking do the lawns and shit. So, yeah, I would have to work probably 2 hours of work and then after taxes to pay this guy the $80, right?
Mm-hmm.
So would I rather work 2 hours at work or just do it myself?
It's funny. We're funny. People are funny, man. I remember, I know my wife's cousin. We went over their house for years. He fell through the ceiling, like going up there putting some wiring there, like for speakers and stuff. Fell through. So there was a hole in there. There was a hole in there for at least 4 or 5 years right here. And then they remodeled their bathroom, remodeled their kitchen, and during that whole time, there's still a fucking hole. We just fixed it after like 4 or 5 years, dude. People are funny. I think it's funny. I like it. Dude, I like that shit, dude.
Here's the deal on that kind of shit too. Like, so you put it off and you put it off for a long time, right? Then when you go to fix it, it only takes like 20 minutes.
You're done. Like, why did I waste all my fucking... Should have just fucking fixed it. And then instead of trying to ignore it all the time. But yeah, I don't know. Do it yourself versus fucking paying someone to do it. I don't know. What's your time worth to you? I guess that's the big question. What's your time worth to you?
Like me, I've been working every weekend for like the last 2 months or whatever, right? So I got a weekend off to do shit. That's what I did. I cleaned up. I picked up 5 gallons of dog shit, dude. I had a 5-gallon bucket. It was empty. Filled that shit up. Fucking, I found a dead rat out there. This was cool as fuck. There's a dead rat, little, about like this big, right? Mm-hmm. I go to move it to put it on the shovel, throw it in there, and the fucking maggots start coming out of its mouth. But it was gross. But I was like, man, this is fucking awesome. It's like circle of life shit. Mm-hmm. Like the rat died, but now the flies are gonna live because all the larvae and shit's coming out. And
you know what I'd say? Sarah does all that. She'll put mouse traps. She doesn't want to go. I say, Sarah, there's a mouse that you caught a mouse. She'll be like, go. I'm not getting it. She'll get it. She's like the man around the house.
Dude, you got her doing all that shit, dude.
Yes, I do.
Dude, you can't laugh about it, dude. You need to man up and do some man shit, dude.
I know it. You're right, dude. You're right. Hey, the first part of fucking anything is admitting you're wrong. I'm wrong at that. I should be doing that. Now, the next step is me doing something about it, but I'm not there yet. I'm here talking to you, Fresh.
Fuck it. Hey, this is, what did we come up? This is our hobby. This is our golf. Right?
That's right.
Let me get some hands for that. All right, go ahead. What do you got up there, man?
What do we got? Effects of reality? What was that about?
Ooh, effects of reality. Okay, so like...
when it affects you.
Yeah, like you could talk shit like you don't care about illegal immigrants or none of that kind of stuff, but
like
if they fucking killed your kid, then you would have a different perception of shit.
I wouldn't have that. That's a different kind of like if somebody legally killed my kid or illegal citizen killed I'd still be upset the same amount. I don't think I'd be more upset because it was an illegal or whatever. But that's just me personally. Everybody has their own opinion.
I mean, all the recent stuff that's gone on with Officer Scene getting shot and stuff, but the Kate Steinle one where the guy's been deported 6 times, right? Mm-hmm. This obviously could have been prevented. I mean, that's what pisses me off.
I think the media uses it, the government uses it, they all use it for fucking leverage and their fucking narrative.
No doubt.
That's all it is, dude. Because, I mean, where were they before that happened? They weren't championing that shit before. I think everybody just uses it to fill their narrative because in America, I mean, what about all the killings and child molestations and all the shit that goes on every day and nobody says nothing about it, and then we'll have one illegal kill somebody and it's like fucking all over the news.
Yeah, but it's not one, political. Man. I mean, there's like 4,000.
I'm not saying there's only one.
Yeah, there's been a lot,
compared to what we do ourselves, it's not even comparable. It's like 1%, probably less than 1% to the fucking 99.5% that we do ourselves. And I don't understand the outrage. I understand the outrage. I don't understand the outrage that's above and beyond than it would be just for a regular citizen. I don't understand that. But whatever, to each your own, man. You use that to fit your narrative.
Well, here's another narrative I've never heard it put it because it's probably racist to say it, but it's all Hispanics that are doing these killings.
All expressed by Kevin Frazier or represented by Kevin Frazier.
I'm just saying it's another narrative.
That's on you, bro.
It's an obvious thing when they're saying it, but they don't put it out there.
But
it's like they're sidestepping.
If you use that fucking percentage in that theory, though, you're probably child molestation is all mostly white people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Then it's saying, oh, white people fucking molest people. No, it's people.
Oh, dude.
Case by case. It's a case by case.
I heard this fucking talking about effects of reality. I heard this fucking really good one, dude. It was Ben Shapiro was going at it with this liberal girl. And he asked her, he says, how old are you? She goes, I'm 22 years old. Why are you think because I'm young, I don't know nothing, you know? She's like, I almost have a degree. She's rolling on that. But then he goes, no, what I'm trying to say to you is that a man is a man with man chromosomes. And if he wants to be a woman, that's fine, but he's still a man. He hasn't changed his chromosomes or his body makeup, right? So he's still a man. Even though he's a woman now, everybody's in this disillusion and calling him a her and changing his pronouns and all that kind of stuff. He's still a man, right? When it comes down to it, still a man. That's the reality of the situation. So they're arguing about it, and he goes, okay, let me ask you something. Why aren't you 60 years old? And she's like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And he's all, you're 22 years old, but why aren't you 60? And she's like, well, I can't change my age because I'm 22. I'm not 60. He goes, thank you.
No, there's a guy who just went to court. Did you see that? The guy who went to court, he tried to change his age. He was like 60 years old, and he's trying to say he's a 30-year-old. And he's saying he's using the same logic.
Yeah.
He's saying, okay, but the judge told him, okay, we will go with that, but you're foregoing all your retirement and everything that you're trying to get because you're ready to retire. You're going to go back to 30 years old, but that means that your Social Security and all that you can't receive. And the guy was like, well, no, I worked my whole life to receive that. But the judge's like, no, we just went. And the judge was trying to make sense to him.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, you went to 30 years old. So that means we're going to give you your 30 years old. But you're not 62 anymore, or you're going to start getting Social Security here pretty quick.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, well, no, I worked my whole life for retirement. Okay, then now you're 62 years old because he wanted the stigma of him dating a 20-year-old not to be so bad because he wanted to say he was 30 years old.
Yeah.
So I don't know where we're at. Where's all this shit? We're in a bizarre fucking time. I seen
the reverse where this guy's at a nightclub. It's like a alternative lifestyle nightclub, right?
What does that mean?
Like, it's not heterosexual. We'll put it that way.
What did you say? It's fucking gay.
I don't know if it's gay or if it's transsexual. I don't know. It's one of those kind of nightclubs. But the dude's 18 years old.
Okay.
And he's arguing with the bouncer. He's all, I am 24. I feel 24.
Okay.
I need to be let in. He's all, I need the corporate number. He starts going down the thing. He's 18 years old, but he feels 24. So where do you go with that?
I don't know. I think that's a slippery slope. I mean, but that's what I said before. Nah, I shouldn't even talk like that. I'm not gonna say that because that's fucking fucked up. But there is a line to cross, right? There is a line that you cross where you can't go back. So once you cross that, and I'm all for if you love who you love or whatever. But if you go once you cross that line of man and man get married and women get married, once you cross that line, then it becomes, why can't you marry two people? Why can't you marry an animal? Why can't you? And I always say this, and I'm you know me, I'm hey, for everybody live their lives, and I'm fucking, everybody calls me liberal and shit, whatever. But I know that there's a line. Well, once you cross that line, then it becomes what we're talking about, the age thing, the fucking, transsexual, all this other stuff. Then it becomes that. Then where does the line stop? Like, where do you? You're a habitual line crosser. Where does the line stop? Like,
that's why you have to stay focused on reality. Once you start feeding into the disillusions of reality, right? Mm-hmm. The make-believe.
The Matrix.
Once you start doing that, dude, you can't cross back over the line. You can't.
Well, we've already crossed the line.
That's what I'm saying. We can't go back. We're not going to go back.
No,
dude.
We're not going to go back. That's why I keep saying we're evolving. That's why I'm saying you have to, especially with technology and shit. Like, you got grandparents. I know my grandparents were like, no, I ain't getting on no fucking social media and shit when I do. Okay, you don't have to, but we're not going backwards. Like, however mad you get and however you want to fucking say, we need to go back. We're not going back. That, like, those times, make America great again, like all that. We're not going back. We have to accept where we're at and figure the best way to move forward. That's all we can do. Because we're not going back. However you might want to, we're not going backwards.
Well, one of my favorite, I like watching the YouTube because I don't like commercials, but I noticed some YouTube shit you're getting commercials.
A lot of them.
Dude.
But you can skip them now. But on the bottom, just push it forward.
Yeah, I don't like that shit. But I watch a lot of YouTube, and I watch this one where it's a transgender male. He's dressed up like a woman,
You watch a lot of gay stuff, dude.
I just pop whatever comes up, and I think I'm working off of your feed, so you know how that works. Like
bumping dicks.
We have the same account for fellas or whatever, dude.
You said you're calling on my feed. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I ain't searching for none of that.
Yeah,
shit,
right, dude. Because Breakfast Club and some other shit.
Breakfast Club, yeah.
I never watched that shit.
But I ain't watching no bumping dicks. Dude.
It comes up on my shit, dude.
That's funny.
You're caught, dude. But so he's in a GameStop. He's trying to exchange games and stuff, and he's talking really, feminine and he's portraying the woman side of things and stuff until the guy at the GameStop's like, no, that's only worth $5, and he's like, $5? What the fuck you mean $5? He's fucking switched out of character like that, dude, and he had a deep ass voice. I mean, it was like, holy fuck.
Well, I don't want to go too far off that topic, but that's what I fucking got in an argument with my dad about. It's like, do you think they're born gay? Do you think people are? And I do, because I see these little tiny kids that aren't influenced by anything other than, and their emotions in their hand and the way they behave. I'm like, that little boy's gay, man. And you see it, and it's like, fuck, he's not choosing that. He don't know any kind of sexual reality yet. All he knows is how he feels and how he behaved. I'm like, that little boy's gay right there. So I do think there's people, but I do think there's people who run, maybe more so with women, with a trend. Like, I'm going to explore, men and women like that. I think
I seen this happen in elementary school, dude, where girls are having girlfriends just like they have boyfriends.
That's what I'm saying. I think girls is more of a trend in a lot of ways.
But I think they're doing it. I mean, they're holding hands and all that stuff, but they're young. They're not kissing. They're not fucking, that kind of stuff, But they're definitely
they're not like me and Flory scissoring?
No, like you and Flory's a different level, dude. That's like level 2. You need a different clearance level for that, dude.
Scissoring?
You need like a YouTube Red subscription to watch that shit, dude. But those fucking kids, I've seen them too, man. I remember going to a buddy's birthday party for his son. His son's 5. Mm-hmm. Little dude comes out in a Speedo, like European style Speedo, right? And I'm like, what? And he's all
right.
He's all, and I'm like, dude,
he's gay.
Yeah, like
he's gay.
But I think what happens is this guy's hella machismo. I mean, straight up hardcore Mexican machismo.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Gangster style, and I know it just was rattling him that his son is, really feminine, but I think that's what it is. Maybe these kids have feminine traits and stuff, And instead of exploring Tonka trucks and shit, they want to play with Barbies, you know? So part of it's on the parent of...
But gays have been around since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's
And I think it's more prevalent now because it's more accepted now.
Yeah. Maybe people were living not their truths and getting married and shit. And you hear of people secretly going outside their marriage and meeting with a guy.
Oh yeah, that's it on Jerry Springer every day, dude.
Right. So maybe people were back then were afraid to come out, so they were getting married, doing the things they're supposed to do, have a kid, whatever, and then they were cheating on their wives with another man or something. But now they don't have to do that no more because it's just accepted now. So they're just living their truths.
I'll give you a family example, dude. My Aunt Peanuts, right? I don't even know my Aunt Peanut's real name.
I've seen pictures of your Aunt Peanut.
Yeah, I don't even know her real name, but I remember in the late 70s, early 80s, right? We have family functions and shit. Her and my uncle would show up, and they got 3 kids. Mm-hmm. 2 boys and a girl. They got 3 kids. Normal family, but Aunt Peanuts always had a fucking...
butch haircut.
She always had a swag to her. Well, she was rolling with the afro and shit back then.
I've seen pictures.
The big hats and stuff. Uh-huh. But I always knew when I was little, like, there's something different about Aunt Peanuts, you know? And I'm thinking to myself, how did her husband not see this? You know, like... You know,
maybe her husband liked dudes.
I don't know, man. But then it got to a point in the 80s where shit just started coming out. It was more liberating or whatever, and they got divorced, and she started dating women and stuff, you know?
Well, then, you know, what we're going kind of far off, we're talking about is like accepting your reality. It's like when you're so against gays, but then you find out your child's gay, or you're so against blacks, but when your daughter marries a black guy, or whatever it is, like, you know, they marry an illegal citizen. Like, all of a sudden you have a different tolerance level for that. You learn, wait, they're not so bad. You know, and everything I knew, because we live in a bubble, right? We all live in our little fucking bubble, whether you live in the ghetto or you live in fucking white society or you live in poor, or you live in rich, you live in whatever. You live in a bubble. You don't really, not a lot of people experience all different fucking forms of lifestyle, right? We live in a bubble, and we think our truth should be everybody's truth, right? That's American way. America thinks that everybody should be this way. Everybody should live like this. All the countries, like you talk about Sharia law or whatever, you know, we think that's fucking foul. How can you let a woman, you know, degrade a woman, whatever?
Dude, they cut off their clitoris, dude.
Right, no.
That's their form of circumcision.
That's their culture, and that's for them to figure out the right way to live. But that's not for us to dictate for someone else to live. You know what I'm saying? In America, you could say that's not accepted here. But in another country, they have to rise up and figure it out themselves. We can't govern the world. We can't police the world. We can't spread our ideas through the world. We can only live our own truths. I think I was talking to somebody at work. We never put ourselves in another person's shoes. We never do. We always say, no, this, you know, I made it and I was poor, so everybody can make it. Not everybody is the same situation. Everybody has different, you know, different paths in their lives. So,
worth ethic's a big one, dude.
I think we were talking about work at work was that during the housing crisis, people bought houses that they couldn't afford.
Yep.
And one guy was saying that, well, that was the person's fault. That's not the bank's fault. And what happened was, you know, the banks got deregulated and everything, when they're giving loans out, whatever. And one guy was saying it's the bank's fault. Now, you could take it by a case example, but I was telling somebody, I'm like, I didn't have no financial literacy. Like, no one said, hey, this is what you do. You save your money. If you get a house, you know, you make sure you can afford it 5 years from now. Nobody ever told you that. So you're a person that has their family heritage, never owned a house. They always live in an apartment, right? And they said, here's the house. There's $1,200 a month. In 5 years, it's going to go up to $5,000 a month. But don't worry about it. This is the bank people. Don't worry about it. It's going to go up in value. You're going to refinance. You'll be fine. If you don't know any better, you're going to buy that house. And then you lose the house. So who's responsible for that?
Dude, you can't put your inequities in finance on someone else. If you choose to go out and buy a car that's $1,300 a month payment, right? Mm-hmm. That's on you. You could have very easily bought a car that's $300 a month, but you decided to go with this $1,300 a month payment.
Well, the house thing I was trying to explain was that when you have somebody who just got a job and their family's never owned anything, and they said, hey, you can buy this house and your payment's $1,200, and you say, I can afford $1,200.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's easy. And they said, well, 5 years from now, and just don't worry about it. It's going to balloon payment, but your house is going to go up. You're going to refinance. You'll be fine. So you're thinking, oh, fuck, the house is going, because you don't know. Like, now your kids will know, because like if my kids came to me and say, hey, this is the deal. I'm saying, like, don't do it. You're not going to be able in 5 years to afford it. Like, I'm giving them advice.
Yeah.
But to those people who have no advice, that have no financial literacy, like, do we hold them accountable for that? And they lose their house? You're like, well, that was somebody selling them something. Now they got scammed? Would they get hustled?
Got scammed because it happened to me. Personally, it happened to me. I bought a house. At the time, it was $350. My payment was $1,200.
Mm-hmm.
A year later, my payment was $2,200. It went up $1,000 in a year. So what was happening is every month, my payment gradually got bigger and bigger. So when my payment got up to like $3,100, and it's on a $350,000 house, I'm like, what the fuck, $3,100? I was thinking to myself, this isn't MTV Cribs. I don't have a fucking pool, a glass ceiling, all this kind of shit. You know, I'm like, fuck this house. I let it go. You know, I did the foreclosure shit on that house.
So this is what we're talking about.
But that's my fault, dude. It's not. I didn't blame it on the banks or nothing. That's my fault. I took the loan.
But the effects of reality is that you went through it, so you have a different opinion about it when you went through it.
Yeah.
When all that I'm saying is, when you go through something, you have a different opinion than someone outside looking in that's never been through that situation.
Well, and
before.
part of it too is where you, like you're saying, you're trying to put blame or assess blame on something. There are people that will fucking it's absolutely their fault, but they're going to blame it on somebody else.
Oh, 100. Yeah,
they won't accept responsibility for the problem themselves.
But that goes for everybody down the line. Now, the person who sells you the loan should take responsibility for that too.
For what though? They told you everything.
No, I'm saying, okay, so then that person is not holding any culpability. Like, say, I'm responsible for everything I do, right? Now you're responsible for everything you do. You know what you're doing. Like, they're not being honest and saying, hey, if I was you, I wouldn't do that. No, they're hustling you.
Yeah, they're trying to sell you. Yeah.
So you're saying that scam artists aren't fucking responsible for being scam artists. That's what you're saying.
No, dude.
No, they're responsible for it. So everybody down the line has to take responsibility.
Look at that boy right over your shoulder right there.
Stable genius?
No. It's easier to fool people than to convince them they have been fooled.
That's what's going on right now with the Trumpeteers.
No. That's what's going on with religion.
100%.
That's what's going on with religion, dude. There's no proof at all for any religion. There's no proof. But people are sold out.
Well, that's why they call it faith.
Yeah, that's why they're sold out on it, dude.
There's nothing wrong with faith. There's nothing wrong with believing in a higher power. What's wrong with it?
There's nothing wrong with it, but if that's up to you, if you want to buy that or not.
Exactly.
If somebody's selling it, you're buying it, you know? And that's all the way down the line. I don't care if it's a car, if it's your soul.
Oh, you've bought a couple souls, too.
Dude, I got 2 souls I'm dealing with, so I'm in a good spot. You want to sell me yours?
Nope.
Anybody wants to sell their soul, let me know. I got $2 on it.
So effects of reality, we're done?
Yeah, effects of reality. Close that bitch out. Dang, we fucking already threw on 2 subjects, dude. What do you want, man?
Government shutdown?
Government shutdown. Let's roll it, dude.
What do you got? How are you looking at the government shutdown? I always am curious to see what Kevin Frazier thinks about.
So to me, the whole reason it's happening is because Trump ran on the wall. Mm-hmm. And regardless of what he said about Mexico paying for it or whatever, right?
Well, he said he never said Mexico was going to pay for it.
Well, he said it in different ways. Like they're going to have to pay for it by keeping.
He said Mexico's going to pay for the wall. That's and then he said, I never said that.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? It's like we're in the Twilight Zone here.
It's funny though, man, because like people don't get him. It's like he's a normal day guy like us, chopping shit up.
He ain't nothing like me.
Yeah, he
fuck
is.
That motherfucker ain't nothing like me.
He's an instigator just like you. You guys, you hate him so much because you're so much like him, dude.
I don't throw around 3rd grade insults. I don't fucking lie about everything I talk about. Do. I don't fucking cheat on my old lady.
That is funny. You throw around 3rd grade insults all day long.
Mine are clever. Mine are clever, dude. 3rd grade insults is like, you're stupid, you're fat. Yeah. My shit's clever, dude.
I was telling the guy the other day, I called him a fag. I was like, you're such a fag. But I don't mean that in a sexual way. I mean that like you're a fucking stupid idiot fag. That's what I meant, you know. Because that's what it was when we were growing up. We'd say it that way, not like the sexual way. Like
that was our era. That was our era. That's how it was, yeah.
But, you know, I had to explain that to him, even though he's fucking 44 like I am. He knows exactly what I'm talking about, you know. But,
So government shutdown.
But, yeah, government shutdown. So the way I see it, man, is they've already had money. I think it was at one point they have $45 billion under Clinton, right? $45 billion for a wall, for a barrier, all that shit. And we only built like 700 miles of it. Mm-hmm. So there's 45 billion there. Where did that money go, man?
So what's this? And somebody, I was reading something and said like, well, so what's the $5 billion for? Because somebody was saying it would take trillions of dollars to build a wall, not $5 billion.
Bullshit, man. Come on, man. People got fucking fences and walls all around their houses. It don't cost no billions of dollars, man.
But how many miles of fucking wall? I mean, the wall that, okay, what wall are we talking about? Are we talking about the original wall he said, or the second wall,
I don't
or
know,
the third wall, or the fourth wall, or the fifth wall?
Because if you look at it, there is probably like 15 different walls, man. I mean, but San Diego is different than it is in Tucson. El Paso is different than it is in...
You can't even build a high-rise structure for $5 billion. Dude, so how are you gonna build a wall fucking thousands of miles for $5 billion? It don't even make sense.
I heard the comparison. They just built a stadium, a new football stadium, and it was like 1.5 billion, right?
Right, and that's a little stadium.
Yeah, but I mean, you got everything. You got fucking technology, the fucking plumbing, the all kinds of shit inside of a stadium. It's a wall's a wall, dude.
Who's getting the contract for the wall?
I don't know, but
somebody
like Jim Acosta,
some friends of Trump.
I can't believe this guy's such a idiot, man, because he's standing down at the wall by the slats. I was telling you this story. I don't know if you guys seen it or not, but he's standing down there by the wall, and he's like, I don't see any crisis here. I don't see anybody trying to jump over the fence or trying to get through with their families. I just don't see it. And it's no duh, fucker. The reason there's no crisis there is because there is a wall. So they go down to some place where there isn't a wall, and that's where the fucking crisis is.
Oh, you say there's a crisis now?
Well,
there's emergency crisis that the president has to come online and give a State of the fucking Union speech and say we have a crisis. Like it's really wartime. Like what the fuck?
Okay, well look at
Twilight Zone, dude.
No, you're not. See, you're saying that fucking 4,000 people coming to the border isn't a crisis. You don't see that as a crisis. And you got multiple waves of people coming.
So when was it? Was the crisis the first year or the second year? Or
I think the first time was like 500 people came, right? And they handled that. So
you're saying there's a crisis?
If these waves of people keep coming, if there's 10,000 that come to the border, you don't think that's a fucking crisis?
How many think you think?
I mean, there's kids dying, Weller. There are kids dying because of this.
It's such a fucking bullshit
crisis.
Scam, dude.
It's a crisis, bro.
It's so fucking retarded, dude. So, what do you think about the people that aren't getting paid during the shutdown?
Dude, they're going to get paid. What'd you say? They're going to get time and a half?
I didn't say that.
They're getting paid, dude. I heard the forestry people are getting paid double time for every day they don't work, dude. That's what I heard.
You're so stupid.
What, dude? I mean, normally you get paid Monday through Friday. These guys are getting paid Saturday and Sunday.
Who are?
The people on the shutdown, man. They're getting time and a half. They got their checks say zero, but they're circumventing that. They just go right around the check and they put the money in their account.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know. That was just made up.
Shit's so, just made that up. Shit's so fucked up right now, dude.
Dude, all I'm saying is it's guilt. There's guilt on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Trump could drop the wall and open the government, but the Democrats could say, okay, we're going to go for the wall. The same thing that, like Chuck Schumer, he has no pot to piss in. You got him on video for 2 minutes talking about how we need a wall because of all the fucking bad shit going on.
All Trump had to do was go and not make a big deal about it. Say, hey, we're going to, part of the budget, we're going to put on reinforcing our fence line across the border. We're going to put more Border Patrol agents on the ground, and we're going to fucking fix the openings of the pass-throughs of the country. That's all. He's saying the same thing he's saying now. All he had to do was say that, and nobody would have even made a big deal about it. It would just went through. Everybody, when it went through, it got done. No big deal. But it's the term, it's language, dude. Because they're all saying the same thing. It's the wall, and he'll still say, okay, then we'll put a fence. Parentheses wall. Like they just can't let it go.
No, that's what he needs to do is just let it go.
It's language.
This is for border security, and then after they build the wall and everything, he can go. I told you. So.
honestly, you're 100% right. That's all he had to have done. He would have said, "We're going to go through border security. We're going to do it," and they would have ended up building the wall, whatever wall that is. It might not be a wall. It might be like you said, slatted metal fence or whatever. Yeah. It might be that long thing, and then afterwards he'd say, the Trump wall is built.
Yeah.
That's all you had to do. But this motherfucker's ego's so big, dude, that he can't let it fucking go.
He's gonna do it in some roundabout way like this. He's gonna win on this.
And I'm saying that I'm not saying the Democrats' egos are so big they just don't want to let it, because they know what it is the wall represents a 2020 re-election.
That's what they're talking about.
That's what it is for the most part.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm not saying even if he don't build it, he might not get reelected. I'm just saying that might be easily push him over the top if he gets the wall built. Now,
well, here's the thing with this. So if you build a wall, there's a wall there. Look at some of that wall that's there. Those steel slats. How long have they been there? 25, 30 years, right? Mm-hmm. They're still holding strong, dude. There's no upkeep on that shit. They haven't even fucking painted it. All that shit's fucking,
so you're saying just continue with the same design.
Build the fucking wall, because if you get drones need upkeep.
No,
that's electronic
build
shit.
Build a fence.
Well, whatever.
You don't want to, it's the term, the wall.
Yeah, but if you hire more border agents, which they probably need, right?
Oh, 100%.
But if you do that, you got retirement, you got sick leave, you got all kinds of shit that come with employing some more people. That's an added cost year after year after year. The drones are the same thing. The cameras, all the cameras, what the fuck are you going to do? Take a picture of some guy climbing the wall? Okay, you got a picture of him. He's still in fucking America. You know what I mean? That doesn't do nothing for me.
They saying this thing could go on for a year, dude.
Dude, whatever. He's going to put it in. It's going to go to Supreme Court, and then Supreme Court's going to say, yeah, he has the authority to do this shit.
Are you saying as far as like an emergency thing?
Yeah, whatever, man. Fucking, you can't overstep the fact that the last time it was 4,000 people rushed the wall. That's fucking...
Do you think that would hurt him if he did it and he went around, the system, went around the fucking House and the Senate? If he just did it that way, do you think that would hurt him politically?
No, I think if he has to go that route, I think it's gonna booster his people that are behind him, and then it's gonna put shame on Congress because they were unable to do this themselves.
Well, one thing I know, and I think we both agree on, is that the people that support him aren't going anywhere.
Yeah,
they're not leaving. They're not fucking. Well, people aren't getting paid. I don't think the people who support him aren't going anywhere. Like he said, he could shoot somebody in Times Square, and his supporters aren't going anywhere.
I agree with that, but the people like me, I don't consider myself a hardcore Trumpster. I'm not.
You're in fucking. I hold you up here. Maybe you might be president of the Trumpster.
Okay, I don't. I think there's tons of people like me out there that don't like what he does, don't like his character, his persona, that kind of shit. But like me, over half of America fucking voted for the wall because that's what he ran on, was the wall, right? So the policies that he wants to put into place...
I wouldn't say over half of America. I'd say, less than 50%.
Dude, enough to make him fucking president.
Right, but he didn't win the majority vote. He didn't win the popular vote.
Yeah, dude, but all the popular vote is you're taking San Francisco, L.A.,
well, those people
Detroit,
count just as much as fucking Oakville, Idaho.
Yeah, right, dude. When you look at the map, to me, like California and New York...
But a person's
California and New York do not...
a person's vote is a person's vote. A person's vote in San Francisco or New York should count just as much as a person from Idaho.
No, I agree, but that's why we have the Electoral College, because...
Which is bullshit. The
Electoral College makes America America, because otherwise California and New York are deciding what the fucking whole United States is about. Well, that's bullshit.
Those are evolved states.
They're not.
Idaho is not evolved.
You think California is evolved? This is one of the worst fucking places to live in America.
California's the best place to live in America.
Bullshit. Weather-wise, that's it. Take weather out. Tell me what's great about California.
I can drive 2 hours to the snow and 2 hours to the ocean.
Like I said, take weather out.
I love the people. What else?
You love the people. Okay, let's say you want to buy a pack of cigarettes in California. How much does it cost?
A cigarette should be illegal.
Okay, but how much does it cost?
I don't know. Fucking $8,
$9.
Cigarettes. They should
go to Nevada. What's a pack of cigarettes? $5.
Pack of cigarettes should be $30 because you shouldn't be smoking in the first place, and they need to tax the fuck out of shit.
Yeah, okay, so they put
that's not a necessity.
So they put that on weed.
That's fine.
You think people should smoke weed
if they want to?
You have a fucking very streamlined view of shit, dude. What about DMV? Like, your car is any different in California than it is in Nevada?
Do I think somebody in Idaho represents what I think here in California? No, absolutely, probably not.
But what I'm saying is, this whole middle America, everything in the middle of America is America, dude.
But so you don't think each person's vote should count?
No, it does, dude. It does count.
I think it should count. I think it should be a popular vote.
No, I don't think so.
Why shouldn't the majority of America dictate the policies of America?
Okay, take Montana or Wyoming, right? Those big ass states right there with not too many people, right? Mm-hmm. You think that California should have more pool than Wyoming or Montana?
Yeah, because we pay more taxes.
Yeah, but that's because it's in California.
I pay more taxes, so I should have a better fucking say than somebody in fucking bumfuck Montana.
So rich people should have more say than poor
Not rich people.
You just said you pay more taxes.
There's probably more poor people in California than there is Montana.
No, dude.
You don't think so?
No, 40% of California is on fucking food stamps, dude.
That's what I just said. You don't think there's more poor people in California than there is Montana? There are obviously more poor people in California than there is Montana.
Because
there has to be.
Because in California, if you make less than 80 grand, you're poor. In Montana, if you make 80 grand, you're balling.
True. Who the fuck wants to live in Montana?
Dude, I don't know, but I'm starting to get hyped on it. So I've talked about it so much. I don't know. I don't even know nothing about it, but I'm ready to go.
To Montana?
Fuck yeah, I'm ready to go, dude.
Doesn't Colorado have the first gay governor or something like that?
I don't know about that
either. You want to go to Montana?
I don't know. I haven't been there.
Everybody comes back. Everybody comes back. Most people come back.
Dude, I don't know, man. I know some cats that moved to Oregon, Washington, Arizona. Like I told you, the last 5 guys that retired. We had a guy just retire this month. Mm-hmm. Fucking Arizona, dude.
Hey, love it or leave it.
That's what I'm talking about.
If you don't love California, then get the fuck out.
My old lady told me this the other day.
If you want to continue to bitch and bitch about California, get the fuck out.
Yeah, she said, I don't want to be those people that bitch about living here and do nothing about it. She said, yes. If we're going to fucking get the chance, we'll fucking go. I said, all right, that's what you want to do.
Where you guys going to go?
I don't know, Montana. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. Once we can figure out,
hopefully your vote counts as much as mine.
Once we can figure out how to do a split screen fucking fella show where you're in California and I'm in Montana, dude, then we'll fucking roll with it.
You'll be back.
This is the only thing that's keeping me in California is this fucking show, dude.
And the fact you got a job.
I don't know, dude. I think it was kind of clever though. They kept posting 0 checks, 0.00 cents on their check. That's what they got paid last Friday for the shutdown. And then you saw the salary and shit, they crossed it out.
But like you said.
But you can tell it's a 6-figure salary because of the fucking decimal points.
Like you said, that the people voted for it. One way or another, the people voted for it. So if you voted, you vote because if you put blame on the Democrats, you voted for them. If you put blame on Trump, you voted for him. Yeah. So you voted for your own fucking own lifestyle.
We'll get to see Gavin Newsom. Did you just hear his budget the other day? You're going to get to see how California is going to change.
Yeah, you know what? Who was I talking to? I was talking to somebody about, as far as money goes, money's all bullshit, dude. It's all bullshit.
Then why do you work, dude?
No, I'm saying as far as, I would love to be debt-free. I would love to have, not have to worry about just go to work and make money. But in the big scheme of things, if you have a healthy family and a good relationship with your kids and your wife, that's all that really matters. Really,
yeah, but what allows you to have that healthy relationship with your family and your kids is money, dude.
No, not really.
Yeah, if you're fucking struggling and your kids had to pay less shoe store shoes and shit,
but it's perspective, dude. Because I like I said, I've had 2 sets of grandparents, right? One grandparents always saved their money, worked, had their own property. Remember, when my grandparents had their own property?
Harold.
Yeah, they had their own house and always owned their own house and their own property and everything. And they were always seem miserable. Always somebody was always trying to get over on them, or they were saving every dollar. They weren't going nowhere. You don't pay $5 for dinner. That's crazy. My other grandparents always lived in an apartment. Never had really nothing for their whole lives. My grandpa worked. He was in World War II. He got the Medal of Honor. I'm sorry, not Medal of Honor. Purple Heart. He got the Purple Heart. Came back from the war, started working at Kingsford Charcoal. Yeah. Started working there, retired there. Never
in
had
Sacramento?
No, it was in Elk Grove. Oh, okay. Remember right in Elk Grove? And then retired and always lived in an apartment. They seemed way more happier than my grandparents who had shit. Yeah. It's perspective, bro. It's always perspective. What do I okay. Do I want
your grandparents in Harold, they were swingers, weren't they?
That'd be crazy. Do you want to buy a boat? Would you turn down a boat? Oh, fuck, of course not. You're going to turn down a boat. But, do I really need it? No. I'd rather go out to dinner with my kids or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's perspective, bro. It's perspective.
We're in that toy land right now because all of her friends got fucking toys and shit, and they're having fun. We got a couple, DG's got a boat, right? Mm-hmm. That's fun to go out and do that kind of shit, but my other friends got fucking fifth wheels
or
and
stuff
like that.
A pool's nice. You got a pool. That's nice to have. But
dude, in the pool sucks. I'm gonna tell you right
but in
now,
the big scheme of things, does that make you happy? No. What makes you happy is the fucking sitting on Saturday night watching a movie with your kids or something.
I'm gonna
like
tell
that.
you the one thing about a pool is I get off right. It's like 2:30. It's 105 degrees outside. I go run and jump in that pool for fucking 5 minutes, and I'm like, oh, this makes it worth it for the whole fucking year. Having to clean the pool and I mean, like I said, getting back to the pool, man. Pools suck. I don't know if you own a pool and you take care of it, it fucking sucks, dude. But I don't know how we got to that off the government shutdown.
But I think it's perspective. I think
All
it's your
right,
perspective.
Let's get some hands on that shit. It's good shit, dude. Oh man,
We're gonna have to finish up on something. One strong topic.
Shit.
What do you want?
I don't know. We can throw a few in there. We'll just do quick, dude. Like the fentanyl and dope.
Oh, I just seen out that they fucking spiked the fentanyl.
Yeah, up in Chico. Mama came in and told us that earlier, but I've been saying it for a long time, dude. Why don't these fucking... You want to get rid of the homeless population, all these fucking dope fiends and shit. Spike the heroin with fentanyl. They fucking all OD, and they're gone, dude. I mean, it's simple, man. Make it happen. Fentanyl's cheap.
All right.
Much cheaper than heroin.
That's what you want to do. Do it. Go for it, bro.
There we go. They're dead.
You just killed off all the homeless.
Yeah, I just finished that problem. There we go. Give me that money, Gavin Newsom. I'll take care of it.
Frazier.
What's up with language barrier? Okay, so we're talking about language barrier. That's like the biggest thing we still have. And technology can fix it. But it's what separates people, right? It's language barrier. And I was telling Weller, I seen this device these guys wear where the dad's, he's French and his son's English, or speaks English. So they wear this little necklace. The dad talks French into it. His son necklace translates it into fucking English. So these guys have a perfect conversation and they can talk no problem with this fucking fix the language barrier, dude. Mm-hmm. I mean, you see it at work. You're talking.
Well, that's the old story of the Bible when they were building the pyramids to go up to
Tower of Babel.
Yeah, they were going to go up and reach heavens, and then
King Herod.
God came down and he just gave everybody different languages so they couldn't work together. You know, I don't know.
I think it's more symbolic than actually something that happened.
Right. But I think that's what we're talking about, though. It's
Yeah.
just to create a language barrier so people can't work together. But
because besides working together, you're talking about emotions, family, all kinds of shit that you can't know about this other person because you guys can't talk.
The days of fucking being isolated are gone, dude. It's a global world. Like, you're going to interact with, and especially businesses like French and Italian and fucking, Spain. You're going to deal with these people now. So you have to kind of, it doesn't hurt to know the language, especially here in California. It doesn't hurt to not know Spanish.
Dude, it's coming though. I mean, once they do that, once it's already some form of it on the phone.
Yeah.
And it's only going to get better.
Well, what you're talking about, that thing that goes around the
necklace,
neck. Yeah, that translates for you. That's a thing of the future. That's going to happen, dude.
Dude, it's going to be fucking awesome. And I deal with it all the time because I go into Laotians' houses, Hmong, Russian, Punjabi.
And that's America. America is all these people from all the countries. Melting pot. So
Spanish, like you said, I can listen to them. If they speak slow enough in Spanish, I can understand what they're trying to tell me to do. I understand that. But I have no idea when a Russian cat or Ukrainian guy is trying to tell me some shit. And I'm like, fucking, dude, I'm sorry. I'm going to get you hot water. I hope that does it. But yeah, language barrier, there we go. We crushed out 2 real quick. What do we got there?
I want to finish up. You want to finish it with R. Kelly?
I think R. Kelly's a quick one too. Go ahead.
Not really. Fuck. What the fuck's wrong? This guy's been doing this shit for years.
I know. I just heard about it the other day. My kids were like, "Hey, Dad, can we watch R. Kelly?" And I'm like, "The fuck, all right, a little bump and grind. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bump and grind."
He said he wrote that song for Aaliyah and they got married when she was 14. Age ain't nothing but a number. That's a song he wrote for her. Like, he's been doing this shit for years. I think people. I think this happens in people's families. Is that they fucking.
Well, he was molested.
He was
by
molested.
His sister.
Yeah, and I think people will fucking avoid dealing with it because they're embarrassed, and then they're fucking. You don't want to turn in your uncle or your parent or whatever. And I think people ignore some of this shit that goes on. And
I haven't seen all the episodes, but the one I seen, one of his boys was like, man, this guy made it big. And once he signed with, I don't know who it was, Epic or whoever the first company he signed with, this guy's balling, making all kinds of money. And they'd be like, hey, where's Robert at? I don't know.
He's at the high school.
Yeah, he's down at the high school.
Yeah.
What's he doing at the high school?
True.
Yeah. Oh, he's down there kicking it with high school kids.
I mean, so So
he's like 24 years old.
Okay.
And he's fucking at the high school. Is he 3-way?
100% right, dude. But well, how many friends did we know that used to go after they graduated back to high school to go hang out with the high school girls?
Dude, and it was in Days to Confuse, right? we had a friend that was like that. Had a cool ass truck. Might have been a step side. I don't know.
Might have been blue.
Fucking go cruise Lincoln Way, dude.
Go back to that. Where you going? Going back to the high school for lunch, man.
Yeah, gonna go cruise, dude.
I don't know.
Fucking, it's for real though. I gotta watch that whole thing because I'm only one episode deep. I don't know. Fucking, my kids want to watch it, so I'm gonna watch it with
We're
them.
in a different. Well, that's a whole different thing. The child molestation era. That's fucking. Motherfucker needs to be fucking dealt with like quickly.
This is straight in my family. So my mom was 15 when she got pregnant with me. My dad was 28, so he was R. Kelly in it right then, right?
Yeah. That was the way it went a long time ago, dude. A long time ago.
Well,
I mean, even in our day, you graduated. This is what we graduated high school. We're 18, 19, and we still party. We still would party with high school girls and do whatever. We did that stuff. I mean, but it wasn't ever looked upon like that. I don't know. Different time, bro. Different time.
Well, like my mom's instance, she's the 11th kid out of 11 kids, right? Mm-hmm. Her mom had plenty of other shit to worry about besides her. So she got a man that's ready to fucking take care of her kid, basically. She's good with it. But on my dad's side, my grandma was like, you need to get an abortion. This isn't fucking cool. This shouldn't happen,
Right.
So, I mean,
I think my mom was 17. My dad was 18 or something like that. So theoretically, that would be illegal, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. It was looked upon differently. But we did stuff that I think now is really, really, really frowned upon. Like, back in the day, did you get a girl drunk to fucking try to sleep with her, right?
I didn't have to do that.
Well, okay, I know. But I'm saying that was, and now, you have to be real cautious of it because that's rape. And nowadays it's rape. So
but yeah,
we did grow up in rape culture.
Yeah, I've seen some form of that happen, man.
Right.
I mean, fucking.
Come on.
I had a chick's dad show up at my house with the police and fucking cuffed me, threw me in the car. And when my dad came out to battle with this guy about what's going on, my dad goes, hey, he's fucking 17 years old. What the fuck are you putting him in jail for? And the cops were like, oh, he's 17. Well, we were told he was 18. I wasn't going to be 18 for like 4 months or something like that. Mm-hmm. They had to fucking let me go. She was 15. I was 17. And I was fucking set in the cop car ready to fucking go to jail if my dad hadn't fucking saved my ass.
I don't know. But what he's doing, he's a fucking, R. Kelly is a fucking, he's a...
Look at, this is the difference. When we talked about this
He's
before,
a predator. He's a predator.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. He's using money, fame, all that kind of shit.
Because the stories I watched on there were fucking like crazy. Dude.
I seen some where he's like, he would make him shit in a bucket or not let him go pee.
He was peeing on him.
He's doing all kinds of crazy shit. I got to watch the whole thing. But, when I'm 17, she's 15. We're both kids, right? And it's only 2 years difference, right? And both our hormones are fucking flying and crazy and shit. So you take it just 5 years later. I'm 22, she's 20. There's no problem now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What's the age difference between you and your wife?
6 years, almost 7 years.
4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's 6. I think 6 between me and Sarah too.
Yeah.
So yeah, at some point that would have been wrong.
Well, yeah, if you're fucking 18 and she's 12, I mean,
I guess I had to look at it like that.
Yeah. Or you're 15 and she's 9. I mean.
Yeah, there's some fucked up. Yeah.
Oh, man, that's another one. The girl from Wisconsin, man. She fucking got loose of that guy that kidnapped her. The fucking dude went in, shot her mom, shot her dad, and fucking stole her, kidnapped her. You didn't see that shit?
No.
So it happened back in October. She got away. They all thought she was dead, too. She got away from the captive. This just happened yesterday or Friday. And fucking she got to the police. Lady found her. They called the cops, all that shit. They caught the guy. Fucking he's ready to go down, dude. It's going to happen tomorrow, Monday. He gets arraigned. Mm. This guy's 22 years old. Fucking steals a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah, that's fucked. He killed her parents and shit.
Killed the mom and the dad.
The thing with the R. Kelly thing is all these girls had parents too that just allowed them to go over to this guy's house. Like, where's the parents? Because you talking, if I'm gonna let my 14-year-old daughter go over to R. Kelly's house, you're out of your fucking mind. No, I'm gonna go over. He's 28.
It's
like,
culture, bro.
No,
That's a lot of it is culture. You know, you talk about the black-white thing, but it's culture is what it is.
What do you mean?
Like you're saying back in the past, like when my mom and dad, they fucking were banging and shit back in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
It was a different culture then. The culture we have now, we're fucking got eyes on everything as parents, right?
Yeah.
Where back in the day, they didn't. Or you say, oh, well, my daughter's kicking it with a millionaire. Fucking maybe he's gonna, hook us up.
So you're gonna sacrifice your child's fucking youth?
That's
for some
exactly
cash?
what they're doing,
You're
dude.
out of
Come
your
on.
fucking
That's
mind.
culture, bro.
You might be right. You're probably right, but I'm saying for me, you're out of your fucking
Yeah,
mind.
but that's your perspective, man.
Like, you fuck about that fucking money, dude.
What do they got to go to church? Oh, yeah. Where's your daughter? Oh, she's with R. Kelly.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll watch
sick,
the whole thing.
There's some sick fucking people
We'll
out
get
there.
back to that one, dude. Fucking what else do we got on there?
Well, we're right at an hour here.
How about, but let's just throw one out about the blue-green Social Security card.
Okay. Well, you brought up something that I've been saying for a while. You put a little bit more detail on it, but, just like marijuana, we watched that Murder Mountain, right?
Yep.
They fucking legalized marijuana, and
They decriminalized it, yeah.
Yeah, so you take away a lot of the crime that was involved in it, right?
Fuck yeah, they go away, dude.
They go away because then there's people not stealing weed. They're not doing all this shit that you were fucking, figuring out how to fucking take it across state lines and all, even though it's still illegal.
Well, here's what happened, too. When an ounce of weed was $400 for some fucking bomb-ass kush, right? That's something we're stealing if you're getting pounds and you're getting...
Now it's 100.
Yeah. Or like up in Oregon, you can buy an ounce for $25.
Yeah, it's crazy now. So we were talking about the
so
fucking...
the price isn't there to go steal that shit now.
So when they did with alcohol, they did it with marijuana. Now we're talking about fucking immigrants. Now you build the wall. Say they build the wall. We still have millions of illegal immigrants here,
Yep,
right?
yep.
So what do you do? What do you do with those people? I say you change immigration laws to where Fraser was saying. Well, you say what you were saying, Fraser.
Okay, so what I was saying, like everybody, if you got a Social Security card, you got a blue Social Security card. So what you do, like they were going to do with these DACA people, you make them legal, but you give them a green Social Security card.
Okay.
They hold that green Social Security card for 5 years, right? Like you're saying. After 5 years, they paid their fines, their penalties, whatever.
Their taxes. They kept current on taxes.
Yeah, they're assessed on their taxes. All that shit's legit. No felonies, no fucking DUIs, no rapes, and all that kind of shit. After the 5 years, you turn your green card in for a blue one.
Yeah.
And now you've done your time, all
I've
that
been
shit.
saying that for years.
And now you can vote. Now you fucking paying taxes.
So instead of costing the country money, you're taxing them just like you tax marijuana and alcohol.
Yeah.
Now the country's making more money off millions of people that are here illegally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how you pay for your wall.
Dude, the money for the walls, it's so fake, dude. The money for the wall is so fake. I mean, it just is, dude.
Well, the wall's not going to cost $5 billion. It's going to cost like $100 trillion.
Dude, not $100 trillion. But what I'm saying, man, we are running a $22 trillion debt. $5 billion out of $1 trillion is fucking like a nickel out of $100.
But let's
dude.
be realistic. It's not going to cost $5 trillion to build a fucking wall. It's going to cost more than fucking $5 billion.
No way, dude. Those steel slats ain't
Really?
that expensive, especially
Dude,
if you buy the steel from China.
Dude, yeah, they do anyways, dude.
Oh, fuck. Well, we got a couple topics we didn't hit, but fucking, we'll get into it next week, man.
So we got any messages sent out this week? Just
Don't forget to
you know what?
Subscribe, man.
Or you watch and you go on Facebook, and what you do is you tag a friend. Everybody tag one friend on there.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
Huh?
do that.
So
yeah.
every person, we have 200 people following us on Facebook.
Yeah.
So each person just tags a friend. Just put their friends on the fucking fella's site, on the video we post out, and then that person watches it too.
Tag it. We're trying to grow this bitch. So
If you
our
really
goals-
support us.
Yeah, if you're supporting us, appreciate you guys wearing the shirts and all that stuff. What we're trying to do this year, we want to get a fella's brand out there as one thing. And the second one is we're going to make the jump to iHeart or Stitcher.
Yep.
Where you won't just have to YouTube this or watch it off Facebook, but we'll be on iHeart. And hopefully be up for the iHeart Podcast Awards next year, dude.
Okay, we're working on
We're
it.
trying.
Till next week.
Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, fuck. There we go.
Explore it!